Shit, yo, sorry. I think it's the allergies or the AC something.
It's okay, I'm vaxxed.
I'm vaxxed too.
I'm not vaxxed. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, bro, you got COVID like twice.
3 times actually. It was 3 times.
Are we recording?
That would have been a funny ass intro.
Hey, yo, welcome. We're doing our second podcast today. We got my man Robert in the
what's
building.
up, y'all?
T-Lord. You came here last time. You was talking about
Yes, sir.
talking about a lot, especially about the name T-Lord. You know where you got your name from. You know, music videos and all that. Today we got my boy Kyron, Kai Cow Studios. Yo, what's going on with Kai Cow Studios, bro? Like, what's going on over there?
Kai Cow Studios have been booked and busy. You can Google us. We up there.
Yes, sir.
It's been an interesting process though, having your own studio. Like, I wish people made more videos and stuff like that on what it's like having your own studio before open minds. Like promotion, how much money goes into like furniture, equipment, all that. Like,
That's crazy because my goal one day is to open my own studio just like you guys. And I wish there is like more videos and tutorials and more helpful tips and people, you know, like you guys. Well, good thing I know you guys personally, but what if, you know, there's somebody else out there like me who don't know the people who, you know, go to YouTube University and it's not there. So,
and if it's there, it's like, yeah, I open my own studio. But here, buy this Aperture 120D using my affiliate link. Buy this using my affiliate link. Like, everything is straight
from Amazon.
Like, it's never really that authentic.
I think it's cool that you're here, Robert, because we do have our own studios, and I feel like how long you had the studio? Like almost a year now.
Yeah, almost a year.
So I've had this one almost a year now too. You know what's funny? When I was in the process of like getting a studio, like I was like, you know, shopping around and stuff like that. I remember this day explicitly. I was driving home from the skate park with Tommy in the car. Kyron called me and was like, cause I didn't tell nobody about it. It's going to be like when I dropped it, I wanted to be like
a surprise.
ready to be like, you know, you can book. Like hit the link, cause I know like, you know, like when your studio dropped on Instagram, you said that was the shares, the comments was crazy.
Shit got mad love, bro. Mad love.
Mad love, but no bookings. But we gonna get to that.
That ass. Everyone was like, yo, take my money, all that. It's like, word, it's a studio. I'm in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I put up a post like, yeah, I'm open now. It was just straight crickets, bro. Just I'm hitting up people that was in my DMs before, like, yo, I'm open. Like, you want to book?
Book?
Like, you wanna book? The straight like red scene. Just like, damn, bro.
You know what's funny? The same thing happened to me. All right, so look, yeah, basically when I was on my way home and I'm like I was already in the process of getting this. Like I was looking at the papers and I didn't pay for anything yet.
It was funny. He called me a biter, son. I was like, yeah, I'm about to open a studio.
Yeah, he called me, right? And I'm already getting the process started. And Kyrie was like, I didn't tell him yet because I was like, I was on my own time.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, Django, I'm about to open up a studio. I was like, no, you know what? You're a biter, bro. That was exactly. I was doing the same thing at the same time.
Great minds think alike.
Nah, he was tight though.
Great minds think alike.
He's like, you a biter.
But yeah, so like I feel like well, first of all, tell them what you like. What's your profession? Like, what do you do? Like, what is it that you? For people that don't know, Kai Cow.
So Kai Cow is like a multimedia solutions, I guess. Well, we do videography, photography, weddings, pretty much anything you need photo video wise we do. But we specialize more on like hand-to-hand one-on-ones, editorials, stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
And what about you, Robert? Like for the people that don't know, like what you be doing.
All right, so my name is Robert. I'm CEO,
AKA T-Lord.
feel me, owner of T-Lord Productions. What we do is we help brands, influencers, and business owners grow their content through photos and videos. Word.
Okay.
And me, I just live life as me, as Robert.
I've seen you've been getting into a lot of like travel content lately, right?
I've been traveling. I've always been traveling, but the reason why I post my traveling content now is because I want to inspire people and show them that there's more to the world than where you are living, more than social media, what we see, the negative aspects of life, and it's a lot. Like right now, it's foggy in Far Rock.
Bro.
I feel like I'm in the mountains in
I drove
Panama.
over here. It was sunny, bro, in Brooklyn. The minute I came off that bridge, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I feel like I'm in the mountains right now, but feel me, a lot of people won't think about that mountain mindset because, and the weather, like what it's like in the mountains because they never been there before. So for me, it's just like, yo, this shit is making me miss experiencing more things in life because we seen this in New York and Far Rock. But what if you was in the mountains right now seeing grass and you had the same exact weather environment? You wouldn't be so bothered by what, the fog.
Well,
or the weather.
We're snowboarders, so we see mountains, bro.
You snowboards too.
Oh shit!
I do everything. I like experiencing.
fire.
For me, that's why I want to inspire other people to, experience life, do shit, learn. It's so much other shit out there, and just because of our color, feel me, don't mean we're not able to do it. We shouldn't limit ourselves to,
I agree.
not doing shit.
And I feel like travel content pays the best too. Because like
Get paid to fucking live life.
literally,
This is
like my cousin, he was doing like traveling work with like some dude named Timothy Sykes, who's like a Forex he did like investments like a lot of things, and his content is like everything travel wise. And I know like two people who worked with him, and they were like, yo, the payout was crazy. Like just straight, they'll pay for like all your trips, pay to like fly you out, food, everything is like all inclusive. Just like get him his
and you doing
his
your
content.
job. You doing what you like, which is creating.
Yeah, it's fire.
And you kill two birds in one stone. Travel and get paid.
What more do you want, right? Like, that's why I got into this, so I could do more of that.
I feel that.
Legit. That's exactly why I got into this, because I found out, you could travel, create, and make money anywhere with your camera. Honestly, people need memories in all types of, communities, groups, niches.
Okay, I feel that. So what are some like I feel like somebody's watching this right now with like a misconception. I know you guys get DMs of like people like looking up to y'all like, yo, first of all, you're always traveling.
Mhm.
I get it all the time. Like you're like, yo, I want to be just like you, Django. How do I do it? I got my Canon T3i.
We all started there though. I had a
Word.
Canon T3i.
I started with the T6.
Oh, see, I didn't have that luxury. I went to eBay, bro. The T3i was like $200. I'm like, facts. Give
Let's
me that.
go for it.
Word.
Bro, I paid like $500 for my T3i. Like
You got the kit?
that was when it first came out. It was like in 2012, 2013. Like
Yeah, actually, yeah, just about.
Like back then, yeah, it was like now you can get one for like $50. Like
If even that, they don't even make them anymore.
they'll probably give it to you for free.
I still got my T6 collecting dust. Something's wrong with it, but it works. And
Facts. So what are some like I feel like common misconceptions that like people think like being a videographer, a photographer, you know what I mean? Like they, especially with the travel content, people think you live in life, like, and it's really not like that. It's sometimes like for me, like when I travel, like it looks like I'm living life, but I'm like yo, hold my camera, take a picture, right? But like the whole trip, like that Mexico trip, I'm following these people around. Which
most
is cool,
definitely.
Which is cool. Like I enjoy doing it, so like
Mhm.
it's fun. But like
Most
it's also still work at the same time. So like what
Misconception.
yeah, like what are you telling people that's like let's give them the truth. You know what I mean? Like what's the
I give people the truth all the time. Like people look at me like
I'm about to say you go first because I know how I would answer this question, but you go first.
people look at me like, yo, bro, 'cause I used to live in Japan for a couple of years, so I'd be traveling back and forth, and like I would obviously post all that on social media. So then people would see that and be like, yo, bro, where you at now? Like, what are you doing now? Like, yo, bro, you skate, yo, you snowboard, yo, you
Yeah.
do this, you do that. Like, yo, save some girl told me, bro, save some talent for the rest of us. And yeah, I keep it a buck all the time. Like, when it's good, it's good, bro. Like for the whole, I had quit my job like a week before Christmas, bro.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking like, damn, like, cause it got to the point where clients were just hitting me up back to back. Like I had no time to like go to work and get clients back to work on time. Like it was driving me crazy. I wouldn't leave my crib for like weeks.
You rather take
just
clients over work.
editing, and then dealing with clients. So I quit, and I was thinking like, damn, like I'm gonna pay my bills, bro. Like I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay studio rent, I gotta pay like all these things. But as like I knew I hated working for people like with a passion, like it bothered me. Like I knew mad other photographers who wake up and they just shoot, like they shoot for a living. So I'm like, that could be me. Like why not? So at first I was like mad nervous and shit, and then it's like I'll get like, so to book me, people usually book me through like Instagram, or they'll book me through like my website or word of mouth, stuff like that. So I'll get like emails from like my website or like Instagram DMs, Facebook messages, whatever. So I'm like, all right, one booking, and I'm like, okay, cool. Then another booking same day, like 3 other inquiries same day. I'm like, oh, okay, this is fire.
Wait, this is like after you quit your job? Or?
This was after I quit my. This is during and after. This is like when I was transitioning, because I got like really, like work was stressing me out way more, knowing like I could be doing my own shit instead of making some other guy rich.
Don't let that go over your head, y'all. No funny shit. Don't let work stress you out when you could be doing your own shit and making your own money.
Thanks.
I'm preaching that shit.
They fire
I've
you in
been
a
preaching that
heartbeat.
shit since day one, honestly. That's why I do what I do. Sorry to cut you off.
Nah,
but-
that's all good. So yeah, I was getting these bookings. I was booking like 4 or 5 shoots a week, which is good because my prices aren't cheap.
I was like $500 a shoot.
My height, well, for the non-commercial stuff, you'll probably be spending about $750 for a shoot with me for like a whole portfolio. If you want like a basic session, it'll probably cost you like $300. But then if you want makeup and stuff done, like there's a whole other ball game with that too. So like if you want makeup and like a basic shoot with me, you're looking at like a good $450, $500. So I was getting booked. Then I was working with like a load of like actors and dancers. So like these people are like getting booked too with my photos. So then I have people emailing me like, okay, we want to use this photo for licensing, this photo for licensing. Like I was able to work with Rihanna's company, Savage X Fenty. Like that was fun, but that was through one of my other clients. Like it was cool. So I was pushing all the right buttons. I'm like, yo, I'm lit right now. So January, February, bro, you couldn't tell me nothing, bro. I was like, wow, like bought a new bike.
Nigga, 10K a month.
Yo, I like literally did my taxes, and it was crazy because I knew I was making money. I was making bread at my job, but I was also making bread doing Kaikao. So when I do my taxes, I took it to a accountant, and they're like, yeah, you made 100K last year. And I'm like,
Congrats. Nah, that's nothing.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I was like, nah, they messing with me. Nah, I'm seeing all the numbers there, and I'm like, that's crazy. Cause I was living comfortable, but you don't 100K, bro. I never made 100K in my life
Money like that, we're not used to seeing.
at all.
No, and you didn't have it.
And you still didn't see it.
Nah, I mean, we kind of had out because I invest, so we was like investing into like mad crypto and stuff too. So I was seeing the money, but it was just cool because for once I was living like super comfortable. Like to live comfortable in New York, you gotta be making like over 70K.
And once he was living super comfortable.
Wait.
Then what?
Yeah. No, wait. What do you mean by super comfortable, first of all? Before you go into the story, what's super comfortable?
I think
Super comfortable to me. Nah, what's super comfortable to you?
No, I think you had to explain it because super comfortable. You getting consistent clients, consistent bookings. Your work is being exposed to different industries and higher levels through your clients. So now you're sitting back and your business is running for you. You made over 100K in a year. You had other investments. That sounds like super comfortable, feel me? And that no matter in what state you could be in, as a photographer, if you ask me, that sounds like a good life. You got consistent bookings, different investments. But what's your super comfortable?
For me, super comfortable is being able to wake up and have complete time freedom. Like being able to just look at something and say, I want this. Like not looking at a price tag or I'm gonna get this. Like
Most definitely agree.
being able to get up and go wherever I want. Like money is not an issue. Like I know I'm getting money regardless. Like that for me, that's super comfortable.
That is.
That's super
Okay.
comfortable.
And you wasn't at that standpoint at that moment?
At that moment, I was like literally, if I wanted it, I would
figured.
just buy it, bro. It got to the point when I moved into my last apartment, my roommate, it was Amazon every single day coming, which I later on found out was like super tax deductible. Like they like found like think like almost $10,000 in Amazon stuff. Cause a lot of it was for the studio and like for the business.
The IRS is watching.
Yo, start a business, man. Them deductions, they help. You still get slayed, but they help. But yeah, for me, that's what super comfortable is. Being able to just like live like super comfortable and just get what you want, not wondering how much it's gonna cost you and how you're gonna, eat the next day.
Okay, so like, tell us what happened next. I feel like
I mean,
you accomplished the dream, right? So now what? Like when people talk to you, I guess in like third person, like when you talk about your career and yourself, like last year was probably like a good year. Like your life was like.
Yo, top tier, like at its peak, facts.
Right, like a stock, it was just going up. They should have invested, right?
That's a fact.
So like, where we at now? Are we stock dropping, or are we like, is it just a temporary bounce back for the, steady long term increase?
Well, where we're at now is I'm asking my landlord if he takes food stamps. I'm kidding.
Wow. That was a good one, dude.
Nah, we good now, like. But so January, February for me were like great months. March, April was like, all right, surprise, motherfucker. Like, shit different. Like I had to move into a new apartment. My landlord kept trying to like take out more money from us. He was like a scumbag. I was still paying for my studio rent. Bookings weren't hitting like they were. I don't know. This stuff comes in waves, and it was a humbling experience too, because this is the first time in a very long time that business has been slow for me. Like people would be like, yo, Kai, like how you getting bookings right now? Like it's slow. And I'm like, nah, bro, like they killing me right now. So it was humbling to finally experience it. So I was at a peak to where it got to a point where I'm like, all right, like I'm still comfortable because no matter what I do, I never splurge money. Because I've always been a person like, I'm Mr. Krabs, bro. I'm cheap as fuck. Like I have money.
I can attest to that.
Bro, like dead ass. That's how the rich stay rich, bro. They don't spend money. And for me, no matter how much money I made,
Live below your means.
Yeah. Like I would splurge a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm Mr. Krabs. So I'm still, it's not hurting me, but it's like the decline of business has been crazy. So right now I'm getting like more hit ups for like graduations and like events and stuff like that. A lot of other photographers, what they'll do to kind of combat that, videographers too, they'll shoot like events, like weddings and engagements and stuff like that. That's not really my forte. Like I don't really like putting on that like customer service suit to like give you like, cause most times when you shoot events, bro,
it's really customer service.
It's really customer service, cause
and you got to deal with more than one person.
And they be trash. They be trash. Like the customers be fine. It be the families. The families be so trash. Like I remember me and Django shot a wedding, which I would personally never. Anyways.
Let's not say no names.
So it was like crazy. Like everything was like super unprofessional. Like the mother. It was for a wedding. The mother was complaining to us like every 2 seconds about stuff like. The cousins, the family, like being super snobby and unrealistic. It was just really a bad experience. And I'm like, damn, the things I do for money.
That's crazy.
Because if it wasn't for the customer service in me, I would have told her like, yo, I'm going to delete all your files and I'm going to give you your down payment back and go home. It got to that point.
You know what's funny? I was at the same wedding and I didn't have that same experience. Because he was doing the photos, right? So I guess like, you know how like when you're at a wedding, like the photographer's kind of like, all right, guys, get together. All right, oh no, you come here. Oh, where's the mom and the dad? So I guess they felt like he wasn't moving like how they wanted to. Like it's not that he didn't get the photos. Like they wanted him to like control the environment type of thing. Right?
They wanted me to do the impossible. Like the person had like a real big bridal party, I guess, and a groom party. I don't know what you call it, like the. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it was a big party. And literally, I'm like, all right, guys, let's get together, put the cups down, everyone look at the camera. And these are like grown-ass adults, bro. Like
nobody's not listening to you.
Yeah, bro. And I'm like,
take care of their kids.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the bride is looking too, and she's getting annoyed because no one's listening, no one's paying attention. She's like super annoyed. So I got to a point where I got tired of just opening my mouth because it's like I'm here to take pictures, not
I'm not here to
babysit.
scream at
You know what I'm
nobody,
saying?
you
Right.
feel me? Grown ass adults.
So I'm like, whether you guys do what I say or not, I still
Taking
am
this
getting
picture.
paid. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still getting paid. So the reason why Django says that he didn't have to deal with that because I was doing most of the communications with this person.
Yeah, it was your shoot. My bad. It was your shoot.
Yeah, I was doing most of the communications, like for money, for like I was in charge of like the contracts and making sure things went smooth. This person, I went to their house. This was like during the government shutdown. So I guess the husband worked for TSA or something like that.
You talking about the pandemic?
Yeah.
That wasn't a pandemic.
It was.
You said government shutdown.
The government shutdown.
Like the curfew.
Nah.
Oh, I don't
When
know.
Trump was literally like, well, he wanted something and they didn't want to give him something, so he said, "All right, I'm shutting the whole government down."
Like the House of Representatives and stuff like that.
Something like that. This is when that football team won the Super Bowl, and then he invited them to the White House, and he fed everyone McDonald's.
Sounds familiar.
Y'all remember that?
No, but what about it?
Yeah, I think it was football, but yeah, whoever was there, or it might have been basketball. It was football.
It was football. It sounds familiar.
A lot of people didn't want to go because it's Trump, and the people that did go, it was like crazy because they was just there eating Big Macs at the White House because the government was shut down, so they didn't really have funds or money because nothing was happening. So, anyways, it's time to like give us the rest of the money because we charged a down payment, and I'm counting with this dude, and they're good people, so it was my fault because I really should have counted more. But I get there, they pull out a bag of money, and it's literally like all singles, bro. I felt like I was doing like a trap deal, like it was crazy. It was just mad singles. So in my head, I'm like, damn, I know this girl. Her husband seems cool enough. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we did good work together.
Take this bag home and we count it.
Nah, I started counting. I started counting because
It is mad singles. I ain't
Right.
gonna hold you. If I gotta look at this and like think about it, I'm gonna just count it right
bro,
here
we
now.
charged them like 2K or 3K. I think it was like 3K we charged them.
Singles.
Bro,
Oh, $3,000 a single. I wasn't there.
bro. So I get like a quarter of the way through. Like we talking, conversating, shit is cool. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Bet. Like this looks legit. Like it's mad money. Boom. So I go my way. I go to the bank. I just give him the bag and everything. I think it was like we were like $90 short. And I'm like, yo, like we're short $90. She's like, this it's impossible. We counted this 3 times. And I'm like,
count
well,
3,000,
I'm like, do you want to see the bank receipt? Like, you're short $90. And Django was like, yo, we just made $3,000. Like $90 is nothing. And I'm like, nah,
That's
bro.
why I thought about it. I was like,
I was definitely like, I was like, all right, just cut that in half, and then we both lose 45.
Nah, bro. For me,
Yeah, no, for real. Cause I'm like, we just made like what 3K.
it
was
makes
like
sense,
3K.
but I need Omar.
nah, I felt mad disrespected. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even the fact that it was $90. It was the principle that you felt like that was okay to do to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after what I had to go, bro. Like, bro, it was so
singles was
bad.
crazy.
There was no space for us in the limousine that they had, so we had to like drive in someone's trunk, bro. Like, it was so much crap they put us through. It was crazy. So I'm like, all that work we did, you going, all right, whatever. So I hit him up, and I'm like, yeah, it's short. And she's like, there's no way because we counted 3 times. So we get off the phone. I get a call from the husband now. Oh, you should have came to me because me and you counted the money. You did it to me. You should not call my wife. And I'm like, what?
He just got married. He was.
I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, I knew this girl. I don't even know you. Like, go somewhere. Like, so then he's like, yeah, because you already left the house, I can't really attest to the fact that you saying that we owed you $90. You should have counted it all there. And I'm like, oh, all right, y'all scumbags. All right, say that. I'm like, all right, that's $90 gone. Like a week or two passed, it was like a minute passed, like a month or two passed. I get a text. Oh, matter of fact, scratch that. Going back, I'm like, all right, you gave me $90, whatever, boom. I'm sorry, you didn't give me $90, whatever. Here's your photos. She sees the photos now. She's like, oh my God, I really trusted you with our photos, and I feel like you didn't deliver. I know you're still learning, and she was basically like trying to,
downplaying.
Yeah, bro. So this is when I started getting real, like, I wanted to get real disrespectful because you're not going to come at me like that. Like, if you're unsatisfied, so I started asking her, like, what did you not like? Like, oh, this person was holding a glass in their hands and they were looking at the camera. And I'm like, but you
That's
were.
not nothing
I'm
I
like,
can control.
I'm like, you were there too. You were screaming at your guests.
Wait, couldn't you have edited that out?
Edit the glass out and edit his eyes to start looking at the photos.
Nah, I've seen
And at this
people,
point-
like, edit stuff out their hands and stuff like that too.
But at this point, she's shorting me $90. You think I'm going above and beyond to do all that?
Okay.
You just try to downplay me, and then you still want? Nah, hell no, I ain't doing that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And she was like, yeah, and then this and then that. But basically, the thing she was complaining about was literally nothing. But I get it because it's her wedding photos. It was the first time, like, she didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I get that. If you're aggravated, I get that. But then you start trying to downplay me as a person, is when I started getting real disrespectful back. So I'm like, all right, boom. I got my money ready. Whatever your problem is, that's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Deleted her, deleted everyone in that family that I knew. Done.
That's a lot.
Bro, like, I don't know. For me, one thing about me is one thing I don't play with. I don't play with people's money. So I don't want anyone to ever get comfortable disrespecting me that way. Like, you could say whatever you want about me.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing you can never say about me is that I play with people's money. Like, even if you doing me a favor or some shit, I don't believe in people, creatives, or anyone doing free work. Like, I'm still gonna throw whatever I can your way. Like, even if you agree to like something free, that's just me. I don't not play with money. So she did that, and for me that was enough to you disrespected me, you downplay me, you shorted me money, and then all that. Nah, it's a dub. So I think like 2 months passed. I get a text from like some weird number, and I'm like, who is this? And it was like, oh, this is blah blah blah. So I'm like.
No, because I know her name.
So I'm already annoyed. I'm like, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
So then she's like being really friendly, and like me, I'm like, nah, you already fucked that up. Like, get to the point. Like, what do you want?
What do you want?
She was like, oh, guess what? And I'm like, ... question mark. Oh, we're expecting. I said, oh, congratulations. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
And I dubbed it.
She wanted a maternity shoot.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for you. You already burned that bridge. Like, go somewhere else. But I forgot how we even brought this up.
Me too.
Oh yeah, we're talking about like what creatives do when they're going through their slow period. They pick up whatever gigs they could get.
I was gonna say, I think the original question was, what's the misconception behind traveling, or what we do, or what's the misconception people think behind what we do
Right.
as videographers?
Right. Exactly.
And how was I gonna answer that question?
Yeah, because you had like a full detailed one. Like you for sure had something to say.
I did, and it's just, I think the misconception, you touched on it a couple times. Misconception, that we have good and bad days. Not everything is sweet. Just because you see us traveling doesn't mean we're not working or filming. We have like, you know, we're wealthy, or we wanna be in life. Just because you see us, because me personally, I travel on a budget, feel me, and I made this shit look the fuck good, feel me, so, you know, feel me, just because I'm always doing something, I'm always outside, you know, doesn't mean you can't be doing it too, or, in better words, yeah, you can't be doing it too, because the same way you may spend $200 on your outfit, $500 on your sneakers, $700 in a club, feel me, I spent all that shit on vacation. Get a stamp, get a passport, get new experience. I'll learn, enjoy life, feel me? And I'll probably spend less than what you just spent, feel me? And
Yeah.
I think that's a big misconception, feel me? We all have the same 24 hours to do what we want in life. It's just how we spend it.
And a lot of people are conditioned to it differently, to piggyback what you just said. Like, I think Kanye West had he actually did a podcast about it too. He was on someone else's podcast. And he was like how a lot of women in America are like conditioned to thinking diamonds are a girl's best friend. And
That I read about that, bro. That was like a whole campaign by like a company.
he said in the UK, that's not even a thing. Like in the UK, women don't even wear like engagement rings or anything, like, or wedding rings.
No,
I think like a common misconception with a lot of videographers and photographers that when you shoot celebrities, like you made it.
Oh, that's a big one. We could really start with that one.
For real.
Them posting celebrities is not it. I went through that wave myself. I've been through concerts. I've done openings. I've done vlogs. I did it all. I did not get paid from one of those gigs. Not once.
That's a
do not
fact.
let these celebrity
Photographers,
videographers, feel me, make you think, feel me, they're really getting paid from these gigs and they're living the best lavish life. Social media, for me,
That's a fact.
and it should be for everybody, social media is what you want people to see and how you want them to judge you as. Feel me? You posting celebrity photos and shit like that, you obviously want celebrity bookings. That's not always possible, but feel me, that's obviously the clientele you're going for. Just because you post it doesn't mean, feel me, just because you see people posting it doesn't mean they're getting paid. A lot of these people is just running up to the front door and saying like, yo, I'm on the media list, feel me? Because I did the same shit, feel me?
That's
or
funny.
feel me, emailing them, feel me, oh, can I take content for your event? And they like, yeah, because we need content done anyway. That doesn't mean they're going to pay you, feel me? As a business person, you have to learn how to organize yourself and deliver the product accordingly so that way you can get paid for your work. And a lot of these people is not doing that. They're just freelancing, just building their portfolio, hoping for somebody to book them one day.
I wouldn't say freelancing. I would just say they just free.
It's just a free shoot.
That's a common misconception for real. Like, I was in LA a couple of probably last month actually, and I was doing like a couple of things for a few people,
307.
and it was crazy because it's like, I feel like once you get into that realm of, all right, I want to do celebrity work or whatever, you keep doing it over and over and over again, thinking, okay, if I work with this person, I can meet this person and do work for this person, and I'm gonna get paid. And it's like, nah, like you just end up chasing all these celebrities and blue checks, and you're hoping like there's a bag at the end of that tunnel, and there isn't, because you work with this person is gonna push you to that person, but they're gonna be like, yeah, he's charging for free, and it's like, that is a common misconception. Not all of them, but a lot of these people shooting celebrities are broke. Do not let it fool you.
Don't.
There's a select few people with smarts who get stuff done by contract, and they're actually getting it done. Most people, when they shoot celebrities, the only good thing I would say about shooting celebrities, especially if you have like a good celebrity friend, is you shoot that person for free in hopes that whatever brands are giving them deals and stuff like that will contact you for licensing or contact you for like, other work. Mm-hmm. The money is in the brands, not really the celebrities, in my opinion.
It's not.
I feel like for me, like I was working with a couple of magazines, right? And so like I would get like celebrity shoots, like like behind the scenes, or like I would have like probably like 10 minutes to create a video of like get them walking real quick, a close-up shot, and then make like a really cool 15-second before like whatever the magazine was doing. So I'll post that on my gram. They'd be like, "Oh, yo, you worked with Casanova," like, right? The whole time I never said a word to Casanova on the thing. Like they were just like, "All right, he's gonna be here in 5 minutes. You ready?" Like he would just walk. Yeah, like I had like 10 minutes. Didn't get paid for that shoot. But like I posted it on my gram, and everybody was like, "Yo, like you lit," which looks good. Like you need to kind of clout chase a little bit, and that's like kind of like the branding part.
Cloud chase towards the environment you want to start building.
But that's another misconception too.
What?
Because it's kind of like what he just said.
What's the misconception? I'm sorry. What's another one? Like
basically, to piggyback on what Django just said, you end up working with these people, or better yet, I'm sorry. The best way to avoid this misconception is no one sees you until you start working with celebrities. You're a nobody until I work with like hundreds of clients, bro. It's just like, oh, whatever. The minute I post one celebrity, it's like, oh shit, Kai did this. Oh, Kai worked with Rihanna. Bro, no.
you know what's funny? Like you post photos all the time of like your work, right?
Right.
Let that one time you post somebody like Rihanna, your gram gonna blow up,
It's
bro.
literally crazy, bro.
Gram's gonna blow up, and that's literally like the like I feel like that's the main misconception, but like it's also really good when you do get a chance, because like it feels like your work is being recognized. But like as far as like real life is concerned, like
You know what it really is.
yeah, like the behind the scenes is like like you said, like you finesse to get in the spot. Like yo, I got my camera, I'm media, and you can get in like that. I got into fashion weeks.
Facts.
Any club you get into, you just have a camera. They be like, oh yeah, come right on in, because I think that's the good part, because like you can get in places that you couldn't get into if you were going, like as a.
If you have a talent or a product, or more like a product that they need or a service.
Or just the camera.
No, I'm talking about to actually get in the building.
A
Like
product or a service that they need.
Or you could just bullshit your way up there. Like, I covered I had met Michael Rappaport at my old job, because he, like, lived in the area.
I seen that, yo. This dude, Blue Check, is posting, like, yo, Kai Cal, best photographer.
Yeah, I felt good. I was hyped. So, he invited me to one of his comedy shows, and I pull up there. He's like, so I get there, and I'm like, so how do I get in here? He's like, I'll get back to you. Like 10 minutes passed, and I'm like, man, it's about to be one of these. Mm-hmm. So I had to finesse it. I went to the front door. The dude was like,
what did you tell him?
He said, you got a ticket? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm actually Michael Rappaport's photographer. He was like, did they get you? And I'm like, yeah, they got me. He was like he didn't want that smoke, because if you don't let me in, then that's his job or whatever. So it's just, and I'm like, damn, I could have been.
Did you have a camera in your hand that day?
I did not.
My point.
I did not.
A product or a service you have to offer that they need. You knew exactly what you were saying, and you knew the mission and what you had to go in for, and you used your camera, even though you didn't have it.
It was on my back, but yeah.
You used that product. Well, yeah, security obviously they gonna look at you.
Yeah.
They gonna like, all right, he's a cameraman.
But it had me thinking, like, damn, the next comedy show they have here, I might have to do the same thing. But it's also a liability too. That's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I remember for Kanye shit, I didn't personally hop it, but I knew somebody who was hopping fences to get into the show, the event, just to take pictures. And
What show was that?
it was his album release party. I believe it was his album release party, and it was like something after the fact, because I had went to the original show and I was gonna go to the part 2, but I was just like, nah, I'm not hopping that fence. I don't know how we gonna get into this one, and I got footage for the day already. I'm good.
Okay.
Did you end up doing it, or you didn't jump the fence?
No, I went to the first show. I had got merch. I got footage. I got videos. I met them face to face. What more? Well, I'm hopping the fence to go see their part 2 again.
That makes sense.
True. So, whatchamacallit, there's basically what y'all saying is like looks can be deceiving as far as like the photographer, videographer goes, right?
As anything goes, honestly.
Anything.
In this day and age.
And it's all about branding yourself, honestly. Looks could be deceiving, but it's all about how you brand yourself.
Right. So with branding, right, has that approach ever worked? Like, where you, I guess, shot a celebrity and then like gotten clients afterwards? Like, cause apparently like that's like the thing, right? You post Rihanna, right? Or not Rihanna. He worked for a brand, so Savage X Fenty, right? So now did like the hordes start coming in? Because
the hordes didn't come, but I have shot certain people, and it has like the reach was far enough.
Right.
Where I work with this one girl, and she has like a big following. Like her family has a big following, and because I work with that girl, like someone else with like a couple of businesses and nonprofits hit me up and was like, "Yo, I seen you shot this person. Let's work." And it's crazy because if she didn't see that, it was whatever. But it also is kind of interesting because my cousin, he's like a celebrity photographer, and what I've known, or from what he told me, he had his regular prices, right? Mm-hmm. And then when he started shooting celebrities, even though the celebrities he was shooting was for free, people don't know that. So now when other people hit him up, now how much is the shoot? You just seen I shot this person, that person, Kim Kardashian, whatever.
So you tax them?
Oh, you tax them double or triple. So he was telling people like, yeah, a shoot with me is like $3K for like one photo. One photo, like a 30-minute session, is $3K. And people was buying it. And he also lived in LA, so LA is where that money is. So they don't know any better. They don't know what Kim K paid for them photos. They don't. Right. It's all.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
I was saying, has like the clout chasing ever like gotten you clients in the end? Like, say you posted a celebrity, and then have you gotten clients?
All right. So we're gonna rephrase the name clout. I can't even say rename the phrase clout. It could be clout chasing. Call it clout chasing. Call it what you want. But realistically, yes, it does work. because I'm in the stage of rebranding myself. I've been known for drill music videos, right?
Right.
And because people see me work with other drill artists, it led me to other bookings, right? So me posting that and the best of my portfolio led me to get more bookings and up my price, as you just said. But also, right now, right? Even though I'm aiming, my clientele right now is business owners, brands, and influencers. Even though it's not rappers at the moment, I cleaned my page up, and right now my target audience is businesses, brands, and influencers. And ever since I started posting businesses, brands, and influencers, more people see me as a professional videographer, photographer, and you know, it's attracting those type of clients. So that's the type of clout chasing I'm going for: businesses, brands, and influencers, and it is working. So,
Okay. Now what about you?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Question is, for the third time, has clout chasing
'Cause I answered it already, that's why.
worked? Oh, okay. So maybe I should answer it. So for me, I feel like it's important as far as like since we all have like our own respective business, you know what I mean? It's important to keep posting that you're working. So like regardless if it's because when I stopped posting, like I stopped posting like that month I was telling you about the studio, like it was dead. I wasn't posting any content about it, and I was just like, bro, I need the clout chase. I need to like
get some
put
content.
videos up, yeah, and then that's kind of like why we're starting like Content Thursdays as well too. Like creatives get together and we just create content for one day.
Yes.
But like I feel like as soon as I started posting content about the studio, I got 3 bookings that week, which was like, I was like, oh wow, they came back to back to back, right? And I was like, all right, so yeah, I gotta keep posting, and that's like the need for content. So it does work. I feel like it's just like a part of the game, low key. Like you have to grind for a little bit before you like start making money. And
Most
I
definitely.
feel like I'm not there yet. Like I still feel like, but like people do look up to me and be like, yo, Django. I was talking to some guy on my phone last night, like, yo, I want to do just what you do. Exactly. I'm like, bro, I'm not really doing anything. Like,
Just being me, like.
Being you,
Yeah.
living life, and feel me, showing others that you could do it too, feel me? And it's a consistency thing too. And as you said, feel me, it's about branding yourself. You brand yourself as a photographer, videographer. You just running your business, but to outsiders, it look like this business is lit. I want to be like
Right.
him and a business owner.
The psychological aspect of business is mad interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like what he just said. Like, I'm in like mad Facebook groups, and people in a specific group are looking for like a photographer, a videographer. So someone like puts the person's @name or like their Facebook business page or whatever, and that person clicks it, and they see it, and they're like, well, do they have any more recent work? All their work is from like 2012 or whatever. It's like, so what? Does it still look good from 2012? Like, what does it matter if?
that makes sense though, because like if you haven't been working since 2012, why would I hire somebody whose last work was in 2012?
Because my content, my portfolio still speaks volumes. Like, if Facebook didn't have a time and date of when I posted it, would you still ask that question? And it's crazy because like,
Because if you post it on the website, they're not posting.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's true, but at the same time, content and things evolve over time. So if you looking at things from 2012 and they want something up to the latest date, that's gonna hit you in the end factor. Because
I think the psychological aspect is just really interesting too.
It
Because
is.
I'll have clients too. Like when people follow me, like obviously you're following me because you like what you see and you potentially want to book me. But it's crazy. Like I'll do this purposely. I'll like not post for like a week or like 2 weeks or something like that to see what's up, and then I'll post a photo, and then Instagram, if you don't post in a while, they'll tell you like, oh, Kai Cow just posted after a long time, so it kind of pushes your stuff. So like people who like follow me from like mad long ago, who never reached out to book, they'll see me post after those 2 weeks, and be like, oh hey, how much is a shoot? It's like, you knew you wanted to shoot me before, but why did it take to see like some more content for you to actually want to book?
they like seeing consistency. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I think that's like
People
everyone.
don't book until they see you do more work more than 2 to 3 times.
Right.
And I realize that they will be in your
That's a
DM,
great
yo,
point, yes.
how much is your price? I bet I'm gonna hit you up when I'm ready. 2-3 months later, you way past them. You gave them a $500 price. Your prices then went up 2 to 3 times. since they hit you up the last time and now they're ready to work. That's just a cycle of a client. And I think I gotta go to the bathroom. So.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
I don't know if you want to pause it for
Yeah, we can pause it. Pause it right.
Under it.
Should we touch on that topic where it was
Wait. Hold on. We just can't jump back like
We gotta do like a whole new intro.
No, we just.
Not a whole new intro, but like, hey, what's up? It's Rob.
I didn't really press play.
You press play?
I mean, we just can't jump back into it. We got a whole new person.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta start fresh.
Just looking like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode when they got rid of
The change Aunt Viv.
back.
Gotta start fresh.
Okay, so
Well, it'll come out.
yeah. So what's going on, y'all? We got a special guest in this episode. We have a fellow entrepreneur. Like just tell us a little bit about what you do, because I'm not really sure how to describe what it is that you do.
I'm a hustler.
Hey,
I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler.
Copy.
That was a good answer. I think we all are at this table.
Copy. So
what does being a hustler
what
entail?
does that mean to the people who don't know?
All right, so being a hustler is, dibble dabble in everything till you find your path, your way. Basically having a bunch of avenues to make profit for you, revenue. I do Airbnb, I do Amazon affiliation, I do TikTok. TikTok don't really pay that much, but I do promotions for companies. I'm just working. I'm just doing every little thing. I'm trying to get a property, do another Airbnb, add it to my list.
I respect that. I'm trying to get property by the end of next year. I'm trying to put down on the crib.
So what we were also talking about, kind of like how, like does having, we're talking about branding, right? So like does posting all that time, does that get you more clientele? Like, does that get you more brands to work with you? Like the more that you post?
For me personally, I see a difference when you don't post. Like for me, TikTok is where I post. Other have avenues like YouTube and everything else and Instagram, but I solely is on TikTok. So I realized when I post on TikTok, you see a trend where, okay, people are starting to tune in and you get more views, and then a video hit, like boom. They're like, okay, a couple million on video, okay, then you keep going. But when you disappear and...
I don't know nothing about that couple million. I ain't hit that yet.
I feel like TikTok
platform, so
You hit it?
I have a music videos that done millions.
Yeah, see?
Oh, there you go.
It's not on my platform, but it done $1 million.
But that counts because when it gets nominated for like
Exactly.
gold, silver, like you
Most
get
definitely.
from that.
Fair. Go on.
So yeah, you just gotta keep posting. That's the hardest thing for me personally, because sometimes when I'm trying to juggle everything else, like the Airbnb, because I'm my own property management. Like I do everything. Right? I wear all hats every day. I wear all hats.
A lot of people don't know the steps and the jobs to fulfill being an owner of an Airbnb. So I don't know if you want to say like what you do as a property manager and what it takes to have your own B&B. I don't know if you want to explain that.
Doesn't that mean like just like fixing up the property and all that stuff? Or
Basically,
that's multiple jobs, no?
yeah, I mean like you're cleaning it. You tell us.
all right, so
Yeah,
I'm knowing that I have only one property right now. I'm not trying to give the profits that I have to a cleaner at this point because it's only one property. It's easy to. I have a 3-bedroom. I'm renting 2 bedrooms out, so it's you have to be on your phone 24/7 because you got to be accessible for them. So when they need help, if they can't find nothing, write a guide. I'm telling you, write a guide if you have an Airbnb. It helps. I'm telling you, just post a guide
There's
before they
plenty
get there.
Wait, you need one or
No, like a guide for your house. Like this is where the trash can is. This is how you turn on the hot water. Like they ask the
She dropping
littlest,
gems, y'all.
Dumbest thing.
the
Dropping
littlest
gems. I never
thing.
heard
This
that
is
one
the
before.
broom. Take the garbage. Like the littlest things. Like because they're like, oh, how do you turn on the shower? Like that. The first couple people was like, how do you turn on the shower? And I thought it was
That's crazy. That's
like,
funny, though.
But what if they're
obviously-
like maybe they're like from Europe or.
But it has hot and cold. Like, turn it hot or cold. Like, but sometimes, people come in with the lavish. They live lavish, so they got the button, or maybe they got at their house. So you got to realize, like, okay, And then you have to put, I feel like in Airbnb, you have to put your own sense of style, but make it airy. So not clutter.
What's a Airbnb horror story you have? Like,
I don't actually. I have this. Oh, he actually asked me.
I asked you this
asked
earlier.
me
I was like,
earlier.
what's the worst
I did not have a worse experience yet, except one old man. He was trying to get at me. That was one of the things. Like, because obviously it's my property and it's, you know. So I basically, he wanted a fan. He was too hot because the AC da. On actuality, the AC was working. He just wanted me to come because he saw my picture. So I had to buy him a fan. I had to leave. I drive an hour to get a fan for this old man because he said he was hot. To realize that the AC was working.
did he leave you a good star review?
Good question.
No.
That's what out of intent.
You know why? Because his daughter booked it. So his daughter would have to write for him. But he did come back with his wife. He did
Okay.
book again. Like, he was like, oh my God, I love the place. My wife would love it too. I was like, okay, cool. And then next week they was like, oh, we're ready. Can we just book through you instead of Airbnb? I was like, cool.
Cool, right.
Hey, you know?
'Cause Airbnb
take a good cut. So I was like, yeah, sure. You know, this is my zone.
You know, we should talk about too how like percentages come out of like all of these third-party sites as well as rating systems and how it affects creatives as well.
Right. So just a little introduction. Kyron also owns his own studio, photography studio, video studio out there in Brooklyn.
1660 Eastie, not Eastie. Just type in Kaikel Studios on Google and get at me. It's a pretty big space, 507 square feet, big
Okay.
windows. It's pretty
Flex.
nice.
Okay. Little product placement.
Product placement is pretty good. It looks kind of similar to this studio, but just like double the size. No shade to Django
Yeah, you
at all.
get money out
No
there.
shade to Django.
That's what it is.
But it's crazy though. I've had people like do like similar what that guy did to you. Like I had these people rent my studio. The strobes, everything is set to how it needs to be. They like tampered with it, and then called me. It was like, oh, the strobes don't work. So I'm like 40 minutes away. I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna FaceTime you then and just walk you through it. And then I'm walking them through it, and I'm realizing this stuff is still not working. So I had to drop what I was doing. I was the client too. Luckily, like the client was like very lenient. So I go to help out. I see what it is, and I'm like, damn, you moved this. You didn't say that. So I fixed it, and they still didn't leave me like a great review.
You should
Yeah.
charge him a gas for that.
Yo, Peerspace is actually really weird with that. Peerspace doesn't let you charge people. For those who don't know, Peerspace is a third-party rental. What would you call
A
Yeah.
service platform.
Yeah.
service platform?
It rents out spaces.
So similar to Airbnb,
For spaces.
but just cheaper because Airbnb takes like what 15% or 20%.
They take,
I think it's like 20%. Peerspace is like 15. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a horror story for here too. Like I was in LA like maybe in February on another shoot, and I was
That's a whole nother state.
And
yeah,
I-
that's one of my fears actually.
Wanna be like you when I grow
so,
up.
so basically just like you guys, right? It was here and like the studio is like automatic, so like I can open the door from downstairs and they have a code. And what I do need to do, which is really smart, is the guide that you mentioned earlier, because like there's a lot of like little nooks and crannies that you know. I think it's self-explanatory. Like the broom is in the corner, but a guide would really be a smart idea, just to like send all the clients. But basically, I was in LA, and I thought how to pull. I see that backdrop. Thinking like, yeah, you just pull it down, and if you can't reach it, I'm thinking like you just step on the chair or pull the
chain.
or pull the chain. But the chain, like they were pulling it so much that it kind of came off, disconnected. So I'm thinking the next step, if I'm pulling it down, I would stay on the chair and pull it down, right? So she called me. She was like, yeah, I don't know how to pull it down. So I'm like, all right, turn the camera, let me see it, right? So I'm trying to walk her down, like, yeah, just stand on the brown chair and just pull the back down. So she says, okay, cool, right? Hang up the phone. There's a camera in here, by the way, so I was logged in, like making sure that everything was cool, right? So for some reason the camera shuts off, like it only records like incrementally. So she called me back like 2 minutes later. It's like, oh, the whole backdrop thing fell. I'm like, what do you mean it fell? Like, how does it fall? Because, like, it's large. Y'all see it. It's large into the ceiling, right?
Right.
It's never fell with nobody else. Everybody's used it fine. And she's like, it fell. My makeup artist got hurt. She's bleeding. Never mind. I'm in LA, right? Across the country.
Anxiety, 100% probably.
I was driving, first of all. I was like, hold on, I gotta pull over. So I pull over. She FaceTimed me. This lady has a cut in her head. I think she got hit by one of the metal beams up there. She's bleeding.
She really is bleeding.
No, but she really was bleeding, and she's like, oh well, like what do we do? Like who do we call? I'm like,
911.
Right? Like, the fuck? Who else? Why you calling?
Why you calling like looking for a check?
Yeah, I can't help you.
She's not bleeding out yet? Like,
call 911 is comedy. Right? and so like I mean like I got my family out here, but like I'm not trying to like
Get them involved.
Yeah,
like,
put them out, they come first.
Right, and then she's like yelling at me. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna face a lawsuit.
I was thinking about that. Like, you get sued.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah.
you really
You're
can't.
a business now.
You really can't though, because we have limited liability insurance for stuff like that.
Do you have limited liability?
I got it after that. I got insurance after that, just in case. Cause like I was talking with my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, you need insurance just in case like they file a suit or whatever. But they never filed a suit, so I was like, oh, well they haven't filed it yet.
Yeah.
Hold up. This happened in February. It's only May now, so like stuff like that takes time. But that was my like worst horror story, I guess, like owning like your own space and
I would have been like, yo, this happened at my space, but she pulled the trigger. Like, your friend pulled the trigger. She, like, if anything, I need to send me money for, my anxiety.
Oh yeah, nah, that was crazy because I was sitting on the side of the road. I'm like, yeah, I can't do nothing. I'm across the country, like I can't.
What she said? What's her response?
I can't. I said I'm not.
No,
there.
what was her response to that?
Shoot. They booked an 8-hour shoot and.
Did she keep in contact with you after that?
She did, but the backdrop fell. I was looking on the camera. They was here the whole 8 hours, so they did something. I guess they figured it out, but I gave them back their money, like just like customer satisfaction.
I would have did that.
But
He looked at him like,
Yeah,
hey,
but
why would you do that?
yeah, why would you?
Why would you not do that?
Because it wasn't my negligence, it was your negligence. You touched something you shouldn't have touched, and it dropped. At the end of the day, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm a business. Like, I still have rent to pay at the end of the day. Like,
But you gotta take it from their point of view, where as in maybe they thought like, hey, it's gonna be a backdrop that is accessible to reach. So why do I have to do the most? That came off, okay. Now I have to climb a chair, and now I'm putting myself. How if I don't have bandwidth?
I'm thinking.
The food was here.
I'm thinking of it more as.
Now if they left after that, that's what I'm saying. They stayed the whole 8 hours, Eddie.
You got the
That was
content.
good.
You still use the space for the time. You can't get the
Exactly.
time back. So for me, I'm sorry for what happened. Yes, maybe for your next booking, I have everything ready for you, easy accessible with the discount.
Nah,
That note.
I would have died. Yeah, facts. At the end of the day, I got bills to pay. This studio got to get paid. Like, but then again, I also have limited liability insurance, so I would look to her like, yo, you good?
I wish I had a horror story. I don't know no rental space yet, y'all, but it's coming soon.
What's the worst client? What's the worst thing?
I answered that question in the last episode. I'm not even gonna hold you. Stay tuned to the podcast because this is week number 2, 3. Feel me? And I answered that in the last podcast. So if you really want the answer to that, go back to the last episode. Give me another question. Get some more viewers going.
Hey, but I feel like we started this with like Robert said, like his dream was to kind of like open his own studio, his own space, and then me and you like give him like I guess like more like the ins and outs of like starting a space that like, cause like it looks cool, right? But like at the end of the day,
It's very expensive. A lot of thought goes into it.
Well,
Like,
trust me, I know. Rental space, you got your first couple months of security, the startup fees, your equipment, advertisement and marketing, if you're going to pay for that.
I mean, you kind of have to, and it's a lot harder because you just go into it in the spur of the moment. Like, all right, I want the space, I'm gonna do it. Most businesses don't really go into profit until about 2 years in. So then you have to think like, damn, can I hold down this spot
For 2 years.
for not even that, for my lease? I think like when I was signing my lease, it was like, all right, so you're gonna pay $42,000 in this lease, and I'm like, fuck, I'm getting $42,000. How much?
Oh, like entire, like a,
For the year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm thinking like, damn, can I do that without a job? Like
How much
42K?
is rent? What the fuck?
Yo, my rent is bread, bro. My rent is like $1,500 a month.
I always told Kyron
That's
that.
not bad.
That really isn't, but
Because
Yeah,
there's houses
Plus
for
my
50.
regular rent.
Yeah, I always told Kyron
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
yo,
There's houses and it's rental space. So
You know what I'm saying?
rental space make more than what you live in.
True.
So
I mean, to each his own. Like, you always told Karen what?
no, I told you this, but I was like, yo, Kyron is very successful in like, you know, like, it's like if you look at him and listen to his story, he's like, yeah, I got my own crib, I got my own studio, I got my own car, you know, and he's shooting celebrities, right? So like I know him like on a personal level, right? But looking at his Instagram, it's like, yo, this man is really getting to it. He's getting the bread, you know. I was like, yo, that must run you well with the ladies, like, you know, that whole persona type thing.
I mean, it does, but I don't really
That's
do it
another
for the
topic.
ladies. I'm doing it for me. I just be chilling. Like, if they vibe with it, they vibe with it. Like, I'm not really here. I'm not a flashy dude. Like,
Nah,
I don't
I
really
feel that.
flash what I do, what I can do. Like, I choose to let you see what I want you to see. Other than that, I just keep everything else to myself. So if it looks that way, that's cool, and I'm glad you feel that way. But I'm not fake. You know what I'm saying? I don't really push a persona that I'm not.
I got a question. Do you feel like your looks, and most definitely do, your looks definitely attracted people who you bring around you?
What you mean?
The looks attract people. If you dress professional, you're gonna attract professional
yeah.
people around you.
I
If you
agree.
dress like a street person, you're gonna attract ghetto-ness and poverty.
I mean, I think a lot of people are breaking down that barrier because people say that and then look at J. Cole and Jay-Z, how they have their hair. You don't look at them any differently, even though the hair is like not considered professional. You know
That's
what I'm
just
saying?
their hair and how they carry themselves up top. It's about the clothes, the assets they carry on them, and what they have behind closed doors. Like, for what you say, you're not a flashy dude, but do you have a suit in your closet?
I do not. I should.
Exactly. And why should you?
I mean, for business events and
Exactly
stuff like
my
that.
point. So you need to learn, as us men and women too, we need to learn how to dress the attire so we could get addressed appropriately.
But to a certain extent, because
Mhm.
you could say
Most
that,
definitely.
but then I look at people who work at like Google.
Be true to yourself.
Them dudes that work at Google go to work in their pajamas, bro. Like, no one cares how they look. They care more about hair than what they're actually wearing. Like, people at Google, Apple, like those big companies, they wear whatever. They're comfortable. Facebook too. Like, I know people work at Facebook. They're not wearing no flashy suits or whatever. People want you for hair, not really for there. But also, I get what you're saying. Like, people don't really buy into a brand; they buy into you.
That's my point I'm getting at. How you like put yourself together is what they buy into.
But then other things, I could be dressing super bummy and be like a regular dude. If I put out like a fire video or a fire picture, people don't care. They're gonna be like, who shot that?
I mean, if you're promoting the video, then yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But if you posted a bummy picture with a bummy fit, you're not really gonna attract nobody because.
I dress pretty bummy. I'm a skateboarder, so. But I still attract people. I think it's more so how you treat people and what kind of energy you put out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think your looks and style have a big part of it. But I also think if you're good at talking, people just buy into you. Like,
People most definitely buy into you.
when I first started doing this, I used to always tell Jangles all the time, I'd be like, yo, you should be doing this and doing that. He's like, nah, you could do that because you have this, that, and the third. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what I asked you, I was asking him, every time I call my friends, I'd be like, yo, bro, like, why we still broke? We ain't broke,
That's a
but
good question.
I would
ask
dare
myself
call
that
mad
every
people
day.
like, yo, what's up? You chilling? How's your mental? Why we still broke? Like, what can we do to make some money? And
That's a good
then,
question.
yeah, I would always do that. So a lot of things he would say would be like, oh, because I don't have a portfolio. I'm like, your portfolio's right there. What are you talking about? He's like, oh, you can say that because you have a whole portfolio there. And I'm like, but these are photos. And I'm still, because I feel like after doing music videos for mad long, the norm was like mad annoying. Like, rappers hit you up, yo, how much you charge for a video shoot? At the time, I think I was charging like $300 for a video shoot. So the whole conversation got mad annoying. How much you charge for a video shoot? $300. Oh, that's kind of pricey. That's kind of pricey. But you flashing like mad jewelry, fake money, girls shaking their ass.
That was another topic I meant to bring up too. That's a persona, feel me, that we need to address. A lot of these rappers don't have money. It comes from the people who support around them.
That's a fact.
They be wearing the people's. They They wear their brother's jewelry, their sister's sneakers, their cousin's jeans, and they shoot a music video and they flash, you know, the hood's money.
And then they give it all back after
That'd be the
And
funniest part of
you
it.
get $250 at the end, not the $300 they promised you. You get $250.
And they be looking at you mad sus like, you try to grab it from them to
So for me, that's definitely a persona, and you gotta fake it till you make it. And that's another reason why I say, feel me, how you put yourself together is how you should want to be addressed.
But as a videographer, it's the same thing. You gotta fake it till you make it. So that was my point to telling Django. I'd be like, yo, how much you charging right now? He tell me, and I'd be like, nah, bro, you gotta charge a band. He'd be like, I can't charge him on a band. I'm like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Speaking into existence.
Yeah, not even that.
No, he does really good work.
I used to go to Google, bro. When I was making my prices, I went to Google and I was looking like professional photographers in New York City, and I was looking at their packages. I was looking at their packages and what they offer, and looking at their work and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm 10
Way
times
better.
better than this. Like, this is how much they making, and I'm thinking like, all right, so why can't I charge like a band for a photo shoot? Same thing with videos. People say you can't charge that. Yeah, I was charging mad people thousands of dollars for videos with no portfolio, bro. Just photos up there. Yeah, how much for a video? Oh, a band. You can do 500? Nah, it's a band. I'm gonna have that for you. Done. So when people get like complaining like, I can't do that, you can.
You just gotta find the right client, honestly, and that's why I am at this point too. From switching industries, working with drill artists to business people now. A lot of people still know me for my drill music and rap. Not drill music, I don't rap, but music videos.
He sound like he was a rapper just now.
Word. I ain't no rapper. For me, I may look like one. I get that shit all the time, but yeah.
For someone who's starting out as a videographer now, what kind of advice can you offer them?
Like they just got their Canon T3i.
And they think they about to make
Yeah,
bread.
if I want to start, say I want to be a videographer, what would you tell me?
Hold on, give me a second, y'all. I'm being rude, eating on camera.
That's all good.
What would you tell them? One tip. We just go around. One tip.
One tip, I would say, forget the money.
Forget the money.
Forget the money. Learn the craft, and the money will come to you. That's the best advice that I feel like you would give someone.
Forget the money, learn the craft, build your portfolio. So that way, when your portfolio is set, people are just gonna start DMing you, hitting you up and saying, yo, I'm ready to book. Feel me? Because they can see what you can do. If they can't see what you can do, nobody's gonna book you.
True. I do got a question for all of you guys. Are you doing like, cause a lot of, I think it's all about perspective here, right? I feel like our 16-year-old selves would be like, I want to be just like that, right? Do you feel like you're living? Are you at maybe like a point in where you thought you was going to be 5 years ago? You know, like when we're 19, 20, like in 5 years I want to be doing this. So it's 5 years later.
How you want to start?
Where was I 5 years ago?
In
I think college.
college.
You want to go first?
I can start, yeah. I would say myself is really happy with me. I used to literally go around to like all of my friends and be like, I do it when they're smoking too. Cause that's when they're like more conscious and they would probably hate this conversation. It's like, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? And then subconsciously, the more you ask people that, the more they hate to hear it. They actually start to think about where they want to be. Mm-hmm. So when I first started doing photography, it was through my best friend. He bought a camera, we would go around the city and start shooting and like fake modeling. Like we just like taking pictures. Mm-hmm. And I just took it a little more serious. And we would always like make bets and deals like, all right, in 5 years we got to make it. We got to be set for life, living off our crafts or whatever. And then 5 years passed and it was like, all right, so 7 years later, we gonna get, by this age we gonna have it. But the younger me would be super proud. Like, I knew for sure when I first had like a real full-time job, I knew that wasn't it. When I like learned you have to like work a whole year just to qualify for like 5 days vacation at a miserable job, I'm like, nah, bro, that's not life. There's no way that can't
You learn
be
something
it.
new every day. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I never had a job longer than a year, and that's probably why.
Oh shit.
I haven't had a job since 2019. I've been working for myself ever since.
That's self-employment tax. You filed taxes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that shit
Never
hurt.
missed a year.
That shit hurt.
That's 15%.
I had little side jobs on the side, but I never had a legal job, feel me, since 2019. And yeah, for more than a year. The longest job I ever had was like 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Alright, but go ahead, finish off.
Oh yeah, so once I learned that, I was like, nah, there gotta be more to life. Like I gotta start selling bricks or something. Like, nah. Like, excuse me? And you look at like other countries, like Australia, they get like 4 weeks vacation, and they live like comfortable. But anyways, once I seen that, I was like, nah, something gotta give. So fortunately for me, I had a mentor who would do that same annoying thing for me. So I always had that mindset. Like to this day, like I'm always thinking like in the future, like to this, like right now I'm asking myself, why am I still broke? Like, so he'd be really happy with me. I'm doing really good, way better than I was doing back then. I'm comfortable. I can do what I want. Like it's a beautiful feeling.
May I ask who's your mentor?
I'm sorry?
May I ask who's your mentor?
Oh, this is just like a really good friend of mine at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
Yeah, he would literally do the same thing. He so kind of how I started too. Well, the real reason why I got into this as a business is I was reading books, and a book that stuck out to me was Businesses of the 21st Century. They didn't really speak too much about like photography job and stuff like that, but I started to think like as the world transforms, everything is going to be,
Digital.
content,
Yeah.
social media, pictures, like everyone's going to always have babies, like everyone's going to always, that's why babysitters, daycares, funeral homes, those things are going to make money regardless.
I want to look at the daycare, actually. That's cool.
Yo, I have a friend who has a really successful one, so yeah, that's why I got into it.
Okay, you want to go next?
Oh, me?
Do you need me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
So, what would you tell, or is your 16-year-old self proud of where you at right now? Are you where you wanted to be at when you were like 16?
All right, so you met me in college, and you asked me that question, like, hey, what do you want to be when you get out of college? What do you want to be when you get older? And I told you I wanted to be the chief of NYPD. I did.
You did say that.
I did say that. I said that to you when I was in college, freshman year. I remember that. But to be honest, I am not proud. I think I'm very hard on myself. Just me personally. I'm a hard critic on myself because I know my potential and I know where I could be. I know the steps I could take. But I have to keep pushing myself. But I always remind myself, like, hey, why I am not here yet. I'm only 25, right? I'm young. People be always telling me, like, oh, well, you have your own crib. You got your own car. You've been by yourself since you was 18. You got your own money. You got your bachelor's degree. You about to get another degree. Like, you got your businesses. How are you not proud of yourself? And in my head, I'm like, I'm not where I want to be because my goal is generational wealth, and I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there yet, obviously. Financial freedom. I want that residual income. So it's like, am I proud of myself? No, but I'm just technically hard on myself.
No, is your 16-year-old self proud of you?
16-year-old self proud of
Like,
me?
what are you telling 16-year-old Destiny right now?
If you was a Destiny in high school right now, you was to look up to Destiny now, like,
Right.
what would you say, like?
Actually, I'm not proud, but I am. Okay, I am proud, but not in the way y'all think. I'm proud that I actually opened up my mental with that whole getting out of the slavery. Because 9 to 5 is it's slavery chained without it being shown because we're working for somebody else's company and we're saying $15. If you sat down, like I sit down now and I look at these workers and I'm like, wow, they are really working you for $15. Like, I do not understand. I'm like, $15. You have someone screaming at you. You gotta flip that burger. You gotta hate the customers. Like we all been there. Like we work paid before 9 to 5, so we know. Like damn. Back then, it was not 15. It was like 12. Back then, I was 11, 11, 10.
I started at 9.
So think about we actually putting hard work out there for $9, $10. Like that blows my mind. And to know like. There is so much money out in the world.
Yeah, take it.
It's so much money out there.
Claim it.
You do gotta claim it. You really do. And it's just mind-boggling to me personally to know that like not like a black community, but we're like stuck mentally in this race, like this rat race. And I understand like people got, like you said earlier, there's people that have to work these jobs.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, but
When you
exactly.
pull up to McDonald's, you want somebody to be cooking a burger.
You're right.
It's okay with people cooking them burgers.
You right.
Feel me?
But yeah,
Someone's gotta boss up.
exactly. And I just want to
boss up.
exactly.
All of us can't be in the fucking same system for the rest of our life. This generation.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta start our own businesses. We gotta start our own McDonald's. We gotta be the owner of Chick-fil-A one day.
I think a lot of it stems from also like growing up in public schools. Like in public schools,
Education in the system we have.
well, it's literally meant to teach you to work for someone instead of to be
Yup.
your own boss. Like,
No argument. Yup.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I wanna touch on something that you said. You said your 16-year-old self is not proud of where you're at, but you're proud of how your mind opened. Can you touch on that a little bit? Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so when I say that, I mean just opening as in, like, you know how people like, oh, you have your third eye, right? People have their own spectrum of what a third eye is. But in my sense, my third eye is like, wow, I have a potential. Like, even when I started TikTok and I told him, like, you was like, oh, you could be big. I'm like, I ain't doing that. That's lame. I used to tell him, like, that's what lame-os. Like, I would never reach that height. And, like, just having the milestones, like, wow, almost a million freaking followers. Okay. Like, you have the potential, but we're stuck in a mindset, like, we can't do it. We can't do it. It can't happen to us. It can't happen to us. But it actually can.
That's
like,
a fact.
we have to work.
Affirmation.
Exactly. We have to work harder. Yes. Obviously, we're black. That's obviously. Being a black woman is even harder than you guys. So it's just like, we got to work harder because being a black woman, we are seen as a sexual figure. So we are.
Another topic too. Feel me?
It is. It is. So we got to work harder. We got to be more strict on what we mean when.
That's the controversial stuff. That's the controversial stuff we was talking about.
All right, let's drop that. Let's drop that.
Look who you're surrounded by.
I like to tussle. But yeah, just opening my third eye, yes, my mindset, my third eye on actually being an entrepreneur, taking it to the next level, actually believing in my talents, even though I feel like I don't have any talents. Everybody say I do. I'm gonna find it one of these days. I really would. But
I feel like you're just a creative, and I feel like most creatives suffer the same thing where we're like all perfectionists. So every creative, in my personal opinion, is hard on themselves to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I am hard on myself. So, just opening the mind, saying the 9 to 5 is really not, like, it really is not for me. Like him, I be quitting jobs. Like, my mom quits a lot of jobs too. Cute. But, yeah. But it's like, I know what I'm worth. And it's just like, now being younger, I wanted a 9 to 5. I wanted a pension. I wanted to work for the government because that's what we were brought up.
Conditioned.
Yes, we were conditioned to have that mindset. Like, we work for the government for 25 years and we get this pension and we live a good life.
Right.
But the pension is what? A couple thousand. Like, what is that going to do?
You're still in the rat race.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still just a rat.
Exactly. So
It's a slightly comfortable rat.
I'm glad. I'm glad COVID happened. Just know that, because COVID actually changed my mindset mostly, because after COVID, nobody had a job. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna get my money. I have a child. I have a child. So at the end of the day, I'm a single mother. So shit. So I have to.
TikTok references.
Yeah, I gotta get it out in these streets. So I was like, you know what? I need to open up a business. You feel me? Because TikTok is booming. I can start promoting my own stuff. I don't need nobody to promote stuff. I can promote. Then it start getting successful. Then money start flowing. I said, oh, I don't have to work. I get up when I want to, but you get up early though. I'm not gonna lie. You
create your own schedule. That's the freedom of it.
You do, but the whole TikTok when they be like, oh, you quit a 9 to 5, but now you work 24 hours. That's kind of true. That is kind of true.
Yeah. But you work at 24 hours so you can eventually get financial freedom.
Yeah, we can talk this crap.
Oh, you get you work that 24 hours so eventually you could get financial freedom. So, because that's my problem too. I know exactly I want financial freedom in life, but I don't want to work 24 hours every day.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you feel like you'll ever achieve financial freedom to the point where you feel like you'll be comfortable in that sense?
Wait, can I answer this? So I feel like I was actually just having like these revelations like recently, like the happily ever after that's like in our heads, like, okay, like even with like, you know, like relationships, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good at a certain point where we don't have to worry about anything. And then even in our job, you're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna have a good job where we're just like this image of you like just sitting on the porch looking at the water on this nice house. But the happily ever after that we have envisioned in our head, it doesn't exist. Like I seen this quote the other day: the reward for a good job is more work.
Yeah, literally.
So even when you're I feel like at these levels of like, even when like, let's say you have like 30 studios, right? Let's say you're whatever you're doing, and let's say, you know, you're big now, and so like at that point, like now it's just, now you're managing 30 studios. Now you're
still working.
You know, now you got like 7 TikTok accounts with 1 million followers, and you're managing brand deals and stuff like that, and like your bills become higher. So like, to answer that question, I don't feel like there's like this point, and I'm not there yet. So maybe there is.
Yeah, I'm saying, maybe.
Maybe there is, but like
Elon Musk is sitting pretty.
Not really,
But
because he's
is
still
he?
working.
He's still working.
He's still working.
He's still working because he's not ready to retire yet.
Exactly.
But once he's ready to retire, I feel like there is a happiness ending at the end once you plan it. Feel me?
But what if he said, all right, I'm going to build Tesla. When Tesla hits this milestone with this much investors, I'm done. I'm out. I hit financial freedom. I'm good. And then you get because I feel like when you first start off, when you first make your why, when you first start doing what you're doing to gain whatever it is you want, you say, hey, I'm doing this because I want to make $5 million. I want to retire my parents. I want to do this, do that. I want to be comfortable. But the things we like change every single day. So my why from back then is like a completely different. Yeah, it's completely different. But yeah, that's one thing on that.
No, I totally agree with you. Things do change and purpose do changes. But once again, once you reach your potential and your standpoint, where they've been jamming this whole time.
Right?
I've been with the skate like, hold on.
So let me ask you something too. Would your 16-year-old self be happy with you?
Oh, so yeah, kinda 16-year-old self. I don't know what I wanted when I was 16, honestly. I forgot completely. But looking back from a 16-year-old mindset till now, I would be happy. I work for myself. I'm happy with what I do. I've been traveling. I've been living life. You know, have somebody to enjoy with.
Congratulations.
That's
That's
fire.
cute. That's
Aww, can we get an aww?
Hashtag black men don't cheat.
I know, but still, that
We gonna pause for that one.
But yeah, I am happy with myself. I'm 24. What more could I want? I have my own car. I don't got a house yet, but feel me. What more could I ask for? You know, I'm satisfied, but then that's a problem too. I don't want to be satisfied, so I'm hard on myself because, you know, I don't feel like I have enough. But at the end of the day, a lot of people at my age don't even have half the things I do have, and they're not doing the things I'm doing. So, you know, you got to give yourself credit, and that's really what it comes down to, is really giving yourself credit.
Nah, I feel that. Like, when she said that, I completely feel it too. Because I'm hard on myself too. So people are like, yo, you lit. Mm-hmm. Like what Django was saying too.
Everybody
like, yo,
say you lit from the outside, but it's just like,
yeah.
Us personally, we're fucking dying. We want more in life. We want this financial freedom. Like, we want you to book. Like, support us.
What about 16-year-old Django?
Well, I would say, like with all my revelations in the past like couple of months, I would say, like I am like I'm doing everything that I wanted to do. I just need to be making more money from it. I think last year the pandemic was kind of like an eye-opening year because like, yeah, like people really out here, they get into the money and they don't have a 9-to-5. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so like last year I did clear like a certain amount of money. I don't want to say no numbers on here, but like I had it, and then like I was like nothing changed for me. Like I was still doing the exact same things that I was doing when I didn't have it. And so like that kind of like opened my eyes. I'm like, yeah, like I'm doing what I wanted to do, right? Like not what. That's why I say the happily ever after, because the 16-year-old me would have thought like, yeah, this studio was like, yeah, this is all I want, right? So I got like, we're in the studio now, and I'm saying to myself like, yeah, I need a bigger studio because I can't do X, Y, and Z. So it's like,
square feet.
yeah, Kyron got 500 square feet. I'm like, yo, I want a studio like you.
And now I'm like, yo, I want a bigger studio. But I was thinking too, like having my studio and like other people like hearing this, I was thinking like, so whenever I get like new clientele, I don't mean to cut you off by the way.
No, you good.
Whenever I get new clientele, I always ask them how they found me and stuff like that. And then I talk to my clients to see like where they live, is the space accessible. So I was thinking too, like this was like my space is nice and all, but eventually I would want to, if I do close down, I would want to grow into a group of like like-minded others and put money down on like a bigger space, like somewhere more closer or like in the city where it's easily accessible to more traffic, right?
Okay.
But it's goes to show like we always want more.
Yeah. I
I was waiting for you to continue.
That was the thing, like we always want more.
I feel like you gotta like you gotta be content in the process, because like if there's no happily ever after, like we have to be content doing the work that you're doing. Like you want to be posting every day if you didn't enjoy it at least a little bit. Like nobody sitting there with a gun to you.
Yeah,
I don't post every day anymore. But before I did, yes. And I did it, I feel like that's a whole nother, I'm saying TikTok back then when it just started, it actually was fun. Now it's like business. I was watching Grant Cardone. I don't know if y'all ever watch Grant Cardone, but he was saying like, listen, TikTok, y'all slept on TikTok. If you have a business, you need to be on TikTok. TikTok is not fun anymore. It's more business minded.
Like
so it's promotion. You go ads, promotions. Like people added can you do a promotion for me on TikTok? Now I'm doing promotion. So now it's like, all right, now it's not business. It's not fun. I'll do it here and there as into fun. Try to keep my platform, like people still seeing me on the For You. But as back in the day, like we think about neat stuff or witty stuff to say or, act stupid. I feel like maybe it's just not my space anymore, but
Now I'm about to say, so let me say something.
I got something.
So you said you started TikTok for fun, right?
yeah.
Then you grow a platform for it. You grew a fan base, right?
Yeah.
Then eventually the pandemic hit, and you still had this platform, and you was like, I have this platform. I need money. Let me start a business, right?
Yes.
she get a little sick now, so
Yes.
boom. So you started this platform and this business now, right? And now you realize, boom, I'm gonna run this business through my platform that I started on TikTok, right? The problem is not even a problem. A lot of us don't realize the potential we have and the fan base we gain through social media to even start a business. These social medias is made for like to share news, businesses, pictures, information, right? We use it for fun in social media, just scroll, entertainment. But there's a different caliber, and to really get to the point, all of us at this table are business owners. So any platform we have with our name, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, these are all our business platforms. But a lot of us don't look at it as business because we just want to post for fun, or we just want people to see what we're doing. We're not trying to get a sale all the time.
Okay, but that also intertwines with the branding.
Yes.
That still intertwines with the branding. So you say you post, you going on trips. You feel me? Now you post about trips.
I'm not a travel.
You're a travel guru right now. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
I'm trying to be
Just
like you,
responsible,
my
yo.
boy.
Actually, I'm trying to be like you, my boy.
He's got more stands than me.
Dubai?
How was Dubai?
No, you
Spain.
can't. First of all, they don't even know who put me onto that. So you low key did put me onto that.
I did put you on, but
No, definitely.
I did. I put everybody on. I put you on the hand. You work together. I put you onto my aunt. Now you traveling. But the point is, who we going?
Can you just move back a little bit, or move up. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I was thinking more like the camera wise, you're probably like blocking
Am I
me.
blocking it? Oh, that's why I was leaning back a little bit. I was trying to keep him
Yeah,
up.
you good now.
All right, we got
I
it.
didn't recognize the fuck it.
That's just me. I'm always like,
Okay.
forgot what I was saying.
Go ahead. You was talking about.
But I was saying, like, even posting for fun. Ooh, we gotta move out the hood.
I'm telling you, Frog, you're crazy.
You know what's even crazier? You don't even live here no more.
I don't.
You
I
made
don't.
it out.
I did made it out the.
She made it out. TikTok made it out.
Oh, we.
Made it out the hood.
I feel what she was saying though. I feel like as a creative, when I first started doing Kaikao, it was more, I didn't really care who was booking me. It was more so I had all these ideas and all these cool features and things I want to try. So it was cool when I started getting like bookings and stuff. But then it's like, when I have clients, I still enjoy what I do. But when my clients don't really challenge me the way I challenge me. So I have more fun shooting my own stuff. Like that's fun to me. Like I would always prioritize my own stuff versus client work. But I mean, I'm still gonna get their work done too. But I be editing, like hating my life, like, ugh, this again, like this is fun and all. Like it's still good work, but it's like, damn, I want to be challenged. Like I always want to be challenged. So that's why I don't post daily too, because it's like.
We was talking about like kind of like enjoying the process of it. So like while you're headed to like your big lofty goals, like you have to like enjoy, at least to a certain extent, like you know, like the editing and the shooting and stuff like that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you get smarter along the way. So when I first started, I would have thought that. But then as you get better and you get more clientele, you're only one person. That's where you start getting teams. That's where you start having retouchers, editors. So you can be the face of your company, and there's still a whole structure under your company where, because the job, in my opinion, is to work smarter, like not harder. Like if I could have it so that I could just do what I want to do, and then the client work I give to like someone who works for me or something like that. Me, I thoroughly enjoy what I do. But before I enjoy doing this, my main goal is to just have complete time freedom. Do I see that, me getting that through photography? Absolutely not. Like I want to do real estate. There's so much other venues I have. This is a stepping stone.
I think we all learned that. I think we all learned that though. Like, I was getting a fucking bag of videography during music videos. I'm not even gonna hold you, but I was getting a bag. I was taking trips. I was buying the designer. I was living a life niggas wanted to see. But I want to restate what you just said in exact words.
Like you have fun with doing what you do, but when it comes to client work, it's different, or something else I said.
Basically, I was getting a bag, doing what I like to do, but the editing, sitting at the computer, doing work, getting annoyed by clients and, you know, their ways, the money, it stopped to be worth it. So it does get annoying. Yeah, I know. Sad face.
Yeah, it does.
Sad face to me. So sometimes it's not all about the dollar, you know. You got to enjoy the process going through it. So if I'm not going to enjoy editing your work, I'm not going to take your booking. Or, you know, as you had that bad client before, you had a bad experience before, so when you hit me up for the next thing, I don't want to work with you because I know this is not going to be a pleasurable time.
But I think that's also me just being in my feelings, and as a business, I have
not.
to put that away.
No, it's not. Because I have clients who have threatened me before. For me, as you said, people threaten to steal your camera and do all this other stuff. But there's people like that out there who they say stuff like that to scare you. But it's just like, you say stuff like that to scare me, I'm just never going to work with you ever again and keep my distance and move smart. Work smarter, not harder. Why would I work harder with you and you had an attitude with me the last time to satisfy you and try to leave a better impression? No. I found somebody else better, do easier work, and they'd be twice as happier. Simple.
How do you feel about that, Jingle?
What's the question?
The question is, would you ever work with a client that was not satisfying for you? Would you work with them again?
Would you give them a second chance?
Just for the bag, if they paying you good.
Oh, yeah. Me and Robert was talking about this last week. I work with plenty of those people. I feel and I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing. Like when I'm working, like I am like, I remember you said this earlier, like you go from working 9 to 5 to 24/7. So I feel like for me and like what works for, like I tried to give Robert a couple of my customers. They weren't as happy as they were with me because
we spoke today too, and he changed his mindset. So I was like, all right, we on the road.
Okay, cool.
We on the road.
Because but I think Robert did say to me one time. He said, because you be putting up with more, and I do. Like they be giving me attitude and everything, and I'm like, all right, cool. But like I'm here to do a job at the end of the day, so like I don't take any of that.
Any emotion, you leave your emotions out.
Yeah, so like I work with people who
That's
call
discipline.
That's discipline. It is. Because clients be getting wild sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. And it's a personal thing. Like, we're all human at the end of the day. So treat somebody like how you want to be treated. And clients do not respect that sometimes.
I feel like it depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Not all, some clients is fucking great.
I haven't
And then you
had
have-
one of them clients since that wedding, and that was like
Exactly.
mad years ago.
Because you stop tolerating a certain amount of, you know.
No, I think when clients are just spending a lot more money, they just take you more serious.
No, you know what's
That
funny?
too.
Yeah, you know what's funny? You haven't had a client since the wedding, but like I've had like I consistently have the clients. I remember talking to you, and you was like Django, yeah, you just be putting up with it. But like a lot of these clients, they like are my like
That's how you eat.
the main
that's how
my
you
main
eat.
source of revenue. Like, yeah, they got an attitude all the time every time I hit them up, but like I just like, yeah, what you need, I bet, but bada bing, bada, you know, I just do it because I understand at the end of the day I'm working 24/7, so customer service is like is a big part of that, and I know
like
you don't like
80%
that
of the
because
work.
Kyron
I
will
would-
be taking nothing.
I will
He'd
be the
like,
first to tell you the customer is not always right, respectfully. Nah, respectfully.
I get that.
We need the story.
Nah, it's not even that. All right, so a lot of my friends and people who know me, like what you were saying, they would say I don't really give people second chances. And I wouldn't say they're wrong, but they're right. I feel like it's a pride thing, but I feel like if you can't give me respect, I don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be broke. I don't want your money. Like, I'll find it
I
by
don't wanna
another
take
means.
disrespect for
Yeah, I'm not
$100.
taking that. I'm worth way more. If I wanted that, I would work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And some, nah, real shit, real shit. But yeah, like that same person we had worked on the wedding, I guess they hit him up for like future work or whatever. And he was like, "Yo, this person hit me up," and I was like,
Good for you.
"I was like, have fun with that, buddy." Like, he's like, "No, you wouldn't." I'm like, "Nope."
I would. No
He's like,
part.
"But you stood." I'm like, "Yo, it's hot outside today, isn't it? Like, it's nice outside. You trying to go skate?" Like, nah.
He's like, nah, man. I'm just trying to get this booking done.
Yeah, bro, it's not worth my energy and my sanity. I feel like if you take people like that, if you have good discipline, it's fine. But after a while, that energy starts to weigh on your mental health. And me, I protect my mental health and my energy. So I don't need that. I don't need that.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I got one more question for each of you, and I just want you guys to answer this. In your personal journeys, right? What role do you feel like your purpose plays in your life, in terms of job, in terms of where you're headed, in terms of direction? Where do you feel like your purpose lies in all of that?
I feel like my purpose lies in making other people's lives better and easier. Like whatever I do, I want to make sure that it's good for me. There's a quote saying, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And I live by that.
No, because I'm thinking, now that you got me, you brought a little more clarification to the question. I'm the same way. I want to help people. I want to help people fucking live life how they want to. I want to inspire people and show them that there's, with your talent or trade that you have, feel me, you could do whatever you want and make a business out of it and make money and set yourself free. Feel me? Don't settle for the 9 to 5 life. Feel me? If you have that, we all play a role in the environment. So feel me? There's gonna be the people who play a 9 to 5. There's gonna be the essential workers, and there's gonna be the CEOs up top, and then you got the fucking government in effect. So feel me? You could work up there too if you want to. Feel me? There's no stopping. I met people who work up there. Feel me? MYP. You got two people who was in the fields. You ever did anything?
Hey, bro, they don't know that.
My fault. I was talking about my fault, but feel me?
Yeah, I was a CEO. It was cool, whatever.
Word, they was in the fields for me, so don't ever limit yourself to what you want to do in life. That's why I do what I do, and that is my purpose. So yeah, you next.
To be honest, I do not know my purpose. Next.
Why did you start TikTok? I mean, yes, you do.
Wait,
I don't know my purpose.
Hold up. Why do you say you don't know your purpose?
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I know myself yet.
I feel that.
Like, I don't know myself. I don't even know, people say I have talents, like I said earlier. I don't even know my talents. I don't know why I'm here. I remember back in the days you told me, you bring people together, and that's your talent. And I'm like, I didn't.
Was I wrong?
I still don't see it.
So 1 million followers, that's not bringing people together. I'm just trying to put my words in the context.
Get out of here, bozo. He's a true bozo. He's a bozo.
You built a
Yes.
little fan base there. That is bringing people together. You got your little Stormy Lou crew.
I think maybe you're just too hard on yourself in that aspect too.
I waited 5 years to say that.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know my purpose. I don't know myself yet. I feel like when I find myself, then I would know. But I'm not there yet. Maybe I need to go on a spiritual path. Maybe I need to really sit down but I'm not personally there yet, so I'm not.
I feel that. I feel like that's a very fair response because like a lot of us we're still in our mid-late 20s, and so like
mid-late 20s. Look at her old, yo.
Yeah. What the
You
hell?
need to fucking hop on that road and start searching, because that's a good answer. I was going to ask you, how do you know when you found yourself? Because I feel like I'm in the middle of still, I'm probably like 20% into finding myself, feel me? But like, you know, I'm on a path to like, you know, getting there. But how do you know when you found yourself and you're happy where you at with who you are?
I think I would know when I am content in a headspace, like a specific headspace, and I'm just personally not there yet, to be honest.
What's the headspace?
I don't know because I'm not there.
yeah. So like, what role do you think like self-awareness plays in that? Like you say you feel comfortable like when it's a headspace. You didn't mention nothing about financial, no cars, no clothes, no none of that. You said it's like a headspace.
I think so everybody live a different life, but I see money come and I see money go. Like I've been to the
Facts.
Yeah, we all been at the bottom.
So,
Facts.
1 minute your business booming, like, I'm taking trips. I'm just, next minute, like, oh, what the hell?
Yo,
I'm broke as a
facts.
motherfucker. Damn, I only got, can you lend me a $5? I'll give you
That's
that.
crazy.
You accept EBT this month?
Yeah, I get that.
I
I
was
get
trying to
that
pay some
EBT.
EBT.
But, yeah. It comes and goes. Like, you're not gonna die with your clothes, your money, your jewelry, none of that. So at the end of the day, who are you? I told myself earlier, like a couple days ago, I sat down and I think to myself, not to sound sad, but if I die, and I asked myself before I die, am I happy? Was I happy in my life? Did I do the things I wanted to do?
Most definitely.
No.
Not no suicidal shit at all.
It's not
I think
suicide.
everybody
It's just
should sit
like-
there and
Wait,
think that
hold
with
on.
themselves.
Elaborate on that.
Obviously, are you happy with yourself? The decisions you make. Did you go? Did you explore like people want to travel, people maybe not, but I do. I want to venture off into the other worlds. There's so much things out in this world that I've never seen. I want to witness it. I want to know. I want to be there. I want to, dance with
Do
the people
everything.
in Thailand. I want to, I'm not there, and I'm not happy. Maybe I'm not happy about where I'm at, but that's when it comes to I'm hard on myself. I'm not there yet. So
And that could also go hand in hand with finding yourself too.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find myself. Right. So it's just like that's finding myself. I don't know yet, but I'm getting there. Maybe one of these days. Before I hit 30, I better know what I want to do.
Like last week, you had asked me this question too. Like it was relating to the worst moment I had during the music video shoot, and you was like, God forbid you was to lose your life from that music video shoot, how would you feel? And I really sat there and thought about it. I'm like, if I lost my life back then at that video shoot, would I be happy with myself and what I did, the impact I left, the legacy I left on people? And I was semi-satisfied. I'm semi-satisfied. I'm living my life. I inspire people to do what they want to do. I traveled. I visited a couple countries. Feel me? I ain't have no kids. I ain't leave. Feel me? I left my legacy somewhere else though. Knowledgeably was.
What that mean?
What?
Maybe he spoke out in Instagram. Somebody seen it like, oh wow, this man. All right, let me just do what he said. He's about to do me. Take what he said. You never know.
You also never know who you're inspiring. A lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never know.
When you post, you inspiring somebody, whether they just watching, just to like, whether they actually take the notes that you just inspired by, whether they looking at the highlights in the photos or the retouch of the skin, the pimple you fucking took out from the picture before. You know, people is very observant of the process. So, you know, just posting and showing people what you're doing, you know, I felt like I left my legacy behind it. And plus, I have a lot of work on YouTube. Feel me? You can always look back on for years later to come and feel me. You can still see my shit. So, you know, God forbid, you know, I was to die now, but I'm kind of satisfied with, you know, who I am and what people was to know me as.
I feel that.
So for you, it's more it's a headspace. Because
I agree with the headspace. Yes, it is a headspace too. Feel me? And within the headspace, financials is included, yes. But at the end of the day, when you take everything away, what did you leave with the people and your legacy?
True. I feel like, to answer that question, what role does I feel like purpose plays for me is like kind of the driving force. And for me, like, my purpose is always changing. Like, I'm a goal setter, right? So like, I would set a goal and I would work towards that goal. And then like after like I accomplished it, like we threw the biggest skate contest in New York City last year, verified and all that.
The biggest,
right?
I remember that.
And so after that, it was like,
What's
wow.
next?
It was like, no, like the weeks after that, it was like, wow, we did it. And then I was depressed for like 4 weeks. I was like, what else do I do? You know?
what's next?
Like,
next?
right? Like it was really like, what's next? And I was like, I had to like, I'm still doing it. Like you said, I feel like we're like, you don't find it. I feel like we're always discovering.
Still
ourselves.
searching.
But I do feel like it comes with like a sense of self-awareness. Like I know who I am, and I'm not compromising myself for anybody, anything. So it's like, if I were to die now, I feel like, no, my legacy, I feel like I'm a lot bigger than what I am now. I feel like I have a lot of potential, right? But like, I don't feel like I've accomplished everything that I will accomplish. And so, but I don't know, like
I agree with you
Yeah,
too. Like,
I
as
feel-
long as I'm living, we still have work to be done
Right.
and to grow and to keep inspiring.
Right.
God forbid if we were so old to drop down because we took one breath, feel me, of this oxygen on this earth. Would you be happy? You do a big skate contest, you started your own brand, you had, you know, feel me, you gotta really think about it. We gotta really start giving ourselves credit for the things we have done and, you know, the legacies we left.
that's a fact too. That's a fact.
I agree. Literally, I'll downplay everything I do. If someone was like, "Yo, we get it. I get it. You want to be great. You're gonna be great, but you have to."
It starts to fall.
You gotta take them W's. No, you
Sometimes
gotta take your wins and celebrate your wins while you can. So I agree with that. But I agree with it too. Like, I completely, if I was to die tomorrow, I'm content. Of course, there's things that I wanted to do,
Of course.
but I live every day like it's my last. Like, I'm spontaneous as fuck. Like, if you say jump, I'll be like, all right, how high? Like, what's up? Like,
Me too. I'm
definitely-
ready.
yeah.
Wake up. You wanna go swimming? Where you wanna go?
yo, for real, I'm spontaneous as hell. Like, so like, that's how I found myself. It was in that way too. Like, every day I live my life like I want to. So if I died,
I hope.
yeah, I'm content. Like, fuck it. Like, I still want to be like a billionaire or a millionaire. I still want to change people's lives. But I feel like if I was to die tomorrow, I feel like I left a big impact on a lot of people's lives. Like they would still remember me. Like, people to this day that I knew like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they'll be like, yo, like, you dead, never changed.
Like, he was
You
great.
always say
Yeah, like, you still a goofball. Like, you still funny as hell. Like, you more business savvy, but you never changed. You still the same you. Nah, I like that.
Do you take that as a compliment or, you know, do you kind of like...
I take it for what it is, because a lot of people don't really know me. You only know what I want you to know about me. So the people who really know me could say, yo, you changed or you didn't change. It was like, I definitely changed. Like, when I found myself, it was crazy. Like, how I found myself is super crazy. I used to hang out with my friends, right, all the time, and all we would do was just smoke and get high. And then when I started like venturing and like understanding business, I started to like really question my circle and the people I hung around with. So I would always ask them like, yo, like, where do you see yourselves 5 years from now? Like,
Not with you.
nah, it was crazy. It was crazy because, you know what it is? I seen a motivational video, and it was like, some of you people know your friends better than you know yourselves. And you guys don't know yourselves because you're too worried about what your friends think of you, what your friends are doing. So he was like, I think it was Eric Thomas actually. He was like, I challenge you to get to know yourself. Don't hang out with your friends. Just stay at home, work on you, figure out who you are. And I was able to do that. And I was hype as hell because I came out looking at life so different. And it was cool, like, a lot of my friends, they would like want to smoke, get high, talk about things they want to do, but never make those steps to do it. They just want to, like, that was weird as fuck to me. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to actually go and do what I want to do. So it's kind of, that's why I'm content, because that's why everything you said, I'm content with. The Kyron from 5 years ago would be super proud of me. Like, my friends, super proud of me. Like, I hear it all the time. And even though I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, I just bat it off. Like, I know, like, you got to celebrate those W's. Like, I think I developed and matured in the right way. And I feel like I did impact a lot of people's lives. So I'm pretty good. I'm content.
How do you know you found yourself? Or when you found yourself?
Because I started looking at life very differently. Like, I was able to think of something and it was in my reach. Like, there was no blocks. I didn't care what people thought about me. I didn't care how people viewed me. It was me. I would think about it. I'm going to do it. Like, I made a vision board.
Right path. I'm still that 20-30% of finding myself. So, yeah.
You know what's cool? If you make a vision board,
We're supposed to make one of those. I have the whole fucking
I just
oak
hate
tag
oak
at home. Oak tag and magazine and no vision board.
nah, do that, bro. If it's the first thing you see before bed and the first thing you see when you wake up, like literally, it's like subconsciously you don't even notice it, but you're going out to get that.
Manifestation is a thing in affirmations. I miss a hit with those. I was studying it for 1 week and then a month later I'm just like, yo, worried about my business. Then it's like self-care. It's really a balance of life that we gotta learn when it comes to mentally, business, and loving others and yourself.
Completely agree.
That's a whole cycle we gotta learn how to balance.
This was a great talk. Wow, this was a great talk.
Great. I feel like this was well needed. In our circle. We're doing content Thursday, so next week Thursday we got another topic to talk to you.
Tune in.
Thanks for joining us.
Word.
Came all the way out from Florida just for this podcast.
Florida?
Let me stop.
Are you deep?
Oh,
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Kyron. And we gotta hit it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
yo, make sure y'all subscribe, like,
Oh
comment.
yeah. Drop your socials. What's going on?
Oh,
Socials.
nah, just work around.
Work around. Socials. All right, so my TikTok.
05.
Stupid. My TikTok is Stormy STORMIE _Lou. I have a TikTok. I said TikTok. I have a YouTube, but I don't post on YouTube. One day I will start posting on. You gonna tag me so it can like pop up on my thing?
just
Yeah.
put a link in the bio.
All right,
Yeah, you
Stormy
just not
Lou,
gonna
my
tag
name. Hey, you better tag me. Yeah, Instagram Stormy.Lou. Everything is Stormy Lou. Just look it up. You can Google me and it'll pop up Stormy Lou. Literally.
That's crazy. I'm about to Google you. There ain't no way you gotta Google.
Word. I'm T-Lord, the real TLOR. T-Lord Production is my business page. The real TLOR is my Instagram. I'm pretty searchable too. The real TLOR on all platforms: Google, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I don't really be on Facebook, but I'm searchable. Y'all can find me.
Crazy. Crazy. She got a Google page. All right. Yeah, my name is Django. Yeah, you can follow me at Django Man on Instagram. That's with 2 N's. You can follow the studio page at Clip Mode HQ and the brand page, Clip Mode Squad. We do skateboarding. We do brands. Skateboarding. We do events. We do music videos. We do commercials. We do brand work.
I'm gonna wait till that trip now.
And we're also about beach.
You can find me on everywhere at KaiKow, Google, Instagram, Facebook, and you could also book my space at KaiKow Studios. Should all show up on Google with KaiKow.
I need to get Googleable. Like
I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't sign up for it.
Oh, you didn't sign-
You
Google
should.
just
It's CEO search.
You should.
It's a CEO search. You gotta get your tags and your keywords.
Not eat.
Nah.
Yeah. You know what I've learned? If you
He got
just-
another method. I don't know.
Nah, yo, if you just have like mad people
Mad
leave
people. Yeah.
reviews for you, I get calls from Google from people who find me on Google who just type in Brooklyn photographer or something, like my stuff just shows up because I have so much reviews.
On like a Google page, and then you have them review.
My studio, like KaiKow Studios, if you Google it,
That's another thing. if you could get found on Google, people could mark your location on Instagram too, if I'm not mistaken. Because I was trying to tag your location.
That's through Facebook.
Studio. Now also on Instagram.
Yeah, it's done through Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Like how you make a geotag and stuff like
Yes.
that. That's done through Facebook.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, just yeah. You can just get Google when you
Shoot. Facts. Alright.
But yo, make sure y'all. That was it.
What? You got something else, sir?
Nah, did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished. I was like, you can find me at Kaka Studios.
Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours now.
That's
2
a
hours
fact.
now. Come on, man. I know y'all touches is hurting. All right, we out of here.